This is behind the scenes BTS of the set. You've never seen it before. This is your first look. Plates. Check. What's that?
My cake pedestal. We're trying to film a recipe for y'all today before we get to our workshop.
Because we can't do enough stuff before the workshop.
I know you totally wanted to jump over the couch.
I wanted to jump over the couch to make the entrance, but the odds were for me tripping over and then knocking over the camera and killing it. Oh gosh.
Are you gonna like hurt yourself?
Oh, please, woman. A year and a half.
Yeah. Since we seriously took a chance on this channel.
Made that decision to go for it. And if you look back on Flo's channel, you would see that the earliest video dates back almost 3 years. Mm-hmm. And during that era, you would have only seen her hands and her voice. This disembodied voice with just hands. It could have been anyone's hands, really.
When we started this channel, I didn't want to be on camera. And it was his grand idea of, you should have a YouTube channel and show people how to do stuff. And I'm like, what? Why? Who wants to watch me?
It's just the start of one of my many grand ideas.
Yes, but now we have like over 65,000 subscribers, which still amazes me. So thank you everyone for your support and encouragement for me to keep plugging along at this, and for watching our videos and commenting. I am always just so honored to read the stories that you have to share. They are so genuine and you're so kind, and it's just been such an honor to... And
incredibly transparent in the way you guys share your stories, and it's almost like we know each other, we're having coffee, and you're sharing you're sharing really deep things that touch us greatly, and that you entrust us, we entrust the interwebs with your life stories. And somehow what Flo is doing, or what we do as a family, somehow resonates with you guys, and that's really cool.
I mean, our message has always been simple, ordinary, and joyful, and that kind of stems from just the busyness that everyone faces in their lives, that they just need a little bit more simple and a little bit more ordinary, and through it all to be joyful as well. And we started this channel sharing simple recipes because I think that having a simple meal together can bring a lot of joy to your family if you can connect over food. And I find that food tends to bring people together, no matter what culture, what country you're from, what background you have. There's always such meaningful time that is shared when there is food.
We used to be part of a church in Oakland, California, and this particular group would start off every weekly meeting with a sit-down meal, and conversations would happen.
And so another one of Dude's grand ideas was for me to do a workshop. And I'm all like, who's gonna come to a workshop? And what am I gonna make? And what are people wanting to learn? Or why would people come? And like, I'm still really surprised when I walk down the street or walking down the aisles in Costco and someone stops me and just says, hey, I watch your channel. I really enjoy watching your videos. And it's just like, it's very humbling to run into people, and I'm just so thankful that they're willing to say hello, because it really does help me to feel connected with the community.
Yeah. When it first started happening, it was like, what? Are you talking to, what, to her? What?
I think the very first time it was at Costco, and some man came up to me and he just whispers, "I bought an Instant Pot." And then he goes back into line. Last weekend we had our first workshop. We've been talking about a workshop for months now, I think. And it changed from like what we initially thought it would be, how it would be useful, would people come.
And I think the premise for the workshops had come out of my thinking of, well, it's great that people are resonating or engaging on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. That is fantastic. But what is the purpose? Why are we doing what we're doing? And that is one of the big things is connecting with people meaningfully. And you can do it to a certain extent through comments and replies. And these workshops is kind of like another risk in that you put yourself out there. Is anyone going to come? And they did.
We kept it small. We kept the max to 8 people because I wanted it to be not just a workshop to learn how to cook certain recipes, but also a time to sit, have a meal, have conversation, and get to know the people that came. And it totally worked out. I was shocked to see that it sold out in less than 48 hours. One of the attendees commented and said, "Well, it's only 8 people. How could it not sell out?" And my answer was just, I had no idea like who would come. We have these friends who own the Mighty Oak Cafe who graciously opened up their cafe that night for us to host this workshop and dinner. And it was awesome. It was such a cute little store, and
fantastic coffee, by the way.
yeah, and yeah, it was just a really good time. It was intimate, and it was just a nice, cozy venue. And we had a really good time connecting with the people that came. And we shared a meal, and they learned a thing or two. And yeah, and that was pretty much it. And it was fun. So, will we do it again?
I don't know. Should we do it again? Well, that's something that we're definitely talking about for the new year, for 2019. And
we had a lot of requests actually from people down in the States. Like they wish that I could go down and I wish I could go down to the States to do these workshops. But unfortunately, because I am Canadian, there's a whole lot of immigration and permits and that sort of thing to be able to do that kind of work down there. But across Canada, I'm open to having a conversation. So if anyone is interested in helping me organize a workshop in their town or city, I am open to a conversation.
And you Amera friends just need to head over the border.
Yep, we're not far.
No, and your dollar goes a far ways.
So this coming year, I hope to have more meaningful connection and gatherings with friends and acquaintances, or just people that we're getting to know. And we hope that we can inspire you to do the same, to live simple, ordinary, and joyful. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to check out the recipe that I made for the workshop, it was the Galbi Jim recipe. You can find that down there, and it's also in the cookbook. Till next time, be simple, ordinary, and joyful.